Hello, pretty Pisces. Welcome to your April 11th through 17th weekly forecast. This is going to be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm setting the intention for this 7-day period of time. However, you might stumble upon the video after the 17th, and that's just fine. You're going to find it whenever it's time for you to hear the messages that are in it. Just keep in mind this is a general reading for the Pisces collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. We're going to connect and see what is coming up here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to move you a little bit closer so I'm not reaching over you so much. And your first card coming up here, Pisces, is the Nine of Swords. You guys have some anxiety coming into the week, some worry, some fear. You're thinking about all the things that could possibly go wrong. You may be experiencing bouts of insomnia. Now, Pisces, I feel like this is in connection to an upcoming big decision that you're having to make. And it feels to me like a pretty big life decision. And for some reason, the thing that's causing you the most worry around it is you have this fear like you're going to look stupid. Or like if it's not the right decision and you end up falling on your face, everybody's I'm hearing that little voice from the Simpsons that like people are going to be like pointing at you or like laughing at you or something. First and foremost, they're not. Secondly, I don't feel like you have to worry about it because I don't feel you're going to make the wrong decision. However, okay, you got to keep a couple of things in mind when we have the Nine of Swords. First and foremost, if you keep obsessing about your fears, you're going to manifest your fears. You're going to call your fears into reality. Now, I'm not telling you to suppress them or ignore them. We'll get to that in just a moment, and I'll go over that. But if you're obsessing about what might go wrong, guess what? Self-fulfilling prophecy, you're going to end up sabotaging yourself and calling in the things that you don't want to happen, calling in disaster, and that can be avoided. Secondly, because of the insomnia factor, I feel like a lot of you aren't sleeping or you're procrastinating the sleep because you're stressed out, because you're worried. And this is going to make you very tired. And when we're very tired, we're very emotional. And when we're very emotional, we don't make logical decisions. We make fear-based decisions. So I understand it might be kind of hard to fall asleep or get some sleep, but do whatever you can in a natural, holistic way to try to get some good sleep here, because it's going to be important for your emotional balance and your decision making. So maybe have a cup of lavender or chamomile tea. Maybe take a nice hot bath before you go to bed. Maybe pajamas and bed sheets and lotions that feel good on the skin. Maybe you need to listen to some music to unwind at the end of the day. Do some prayer, some meditation, some cord cutting. Maybe you need to take care of some business, either with someone or by yourself, if that's gonna give you release. Maybe you need some self-love to unwind. So and you know what I mean. Whatever you need to do to release the stress and to relax and to let yourself just kind of drift off into sleep comfortably. Like just have that just sigh of relief, right? Just try to calm your heart, calm your mind, and just try to get rest. It's going to be really important for you, Pisces, because a lot of you are under so much stress, okay? If you can get a massage, that might be really helpful, because I feel like a lot of you are empaths, so you have like a lot absorbed in your muscles, right? So if you can't take a hot bath or a sea salt bath, maybe if you can go for a massage or ask somebody to give you a massage, I feel it can help you release a lot of the energy that you have stored up in your muscles right now. You need to let it go. Let it go, relax, unwind. As far as what I was going to say about not repressing your fear, we can use this anxiety to our advantage, right? You have these fears and these worries of the things that might go wrong. Fair enough. Okay, we can say, all right, fair enough, this could go wrong. This could potentially be a problem. But what can I do? What steps can I take to keep this problem from happening? Secondly, just in case it happens anyway, what backup plan can I have in place? What safety net can I implement here so that if it happens anyway, I have something to fall back on, or I have a solution for it? After that, you take it up in prayer and you surrender it. Dear God, dear universe, here's all the things I'm scared that might go wrong. Here's all the things I'm scared that might happen. Here's what I'm doing on my end to try to avoid it from happening. If there's anything that I'm missing, please help me to realize. Please guide me to anything else that I can do, any other steps that I can take. And I'm asking that please, if at all possible, if in the best and highest good for all involved, that these things that I'm scared about don't happen. Please keep them from happening. But if for some reason they must happen, please direct me and help me get over them and through that time as quickly and as easily and as painlessly as possible. And then you surrender the rest. That's all you can do, is do your best and surrender the rest. My whole philosophy in life is it's better to try than to live in regret. You know, not everything is going to go perfect. Not everything is going to go, not everything is going to be beer and Skittles and sunshine and rainbows, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be. But sometimes there's nothing more painful than being stagnant, than being in the same situation without any growth, without any movement. So it can be scary to go in a new direction, but you just might be very pleasantly surprised if you do. The next card that's coming up for Pisces is the Devil, and this is a major arcana card. Major arcana cards, you guys have heard me say, come up when we're at a new chapter in our life, a significant turning point, a defining moment. So even though I'm reading with the intention of a 7-day period of time, this is energy that's going to be around for a while. And the Devil can have to do with lust, with addictions. It can also have to do with negative ego and fear. It can also have to do with insecurities or being overly concerned with status or money. Some of you may be walking away from a situation where now it's like you don't know who you are anymore. You don't know what you want anymore. Or you don't know how you fit into this world. You may be kind of trying to find your identity again. And I'll give you an example, okay? I was raised in a Christian faith, but it was a very, very strict, very separate community. And when I left, they excommunicated me. And because of the way that I grew up, I didn't have any friends that weren't in that religion. I didn't know anybody who wasn't in that religion. So now all of a sudden, I couldn't talk to any of those people. And whatever position I had was gone. So it was like, okay, all right, well, now I have to learn how to live in the world. Now I have to learn to make friends. And now I have to learn like their ways. I wasn't Amish, but I felt like an Amish person, like out in society trying to find my way through it. And it was hard to like figure out. Sorry, we got a candle that went out here. It was hard to figure out how I was going to go about doing that. And so some of you are in a similar situation. Maybe you're leaving a job and you had your identity in that job for many years. And now you're like, who am I? Maybe you have kids that grew up and moved away, and now you're like, well, if I'm not mom or if I'm not dad, who am I? So some of you are kind of trying to figure out who you are, and that negative ego might be coming in and making you feel like you're not a big deal, or you don't matter, or you don't have a certain job title or position, or you don't have a certain amount of money saved, therefore you're a failure, you're a loser. Well, keep in mind the devil is a liar, and keep in mind that your identity, your value, your worth, you came into the world with all of that. You had that the day you were born, and it doesn't fluctuate and it doesn't change based on if you are homeless or live in a mansion, or if you are a astrophysicist or a janitor. It doesn't matter. Your identity, your worth, and your value is always the same. And nobody is above you. So don't measure your success based on those things. Don't get overly caught up in status. Okay, that's going to distract you from happiness. It's going to distract you from human interaction and meaningful connection. It's going to distract you from being connected with your intuition. It's a massive distraction. Don't give into it. Don't fall into it. And remind yourself that the closer you are to a massive breakthrough, the meaner the negative ego becomes and the harder it comes down on you with all of those negative thoughts. You can ask Archangel Michael to fill your heart with love, light, and to remove fear from your heart, and to fill your heart with courage, love, and light. And you can ask Archangel Jophiel to help you to see yourself and love yourself as heaven sees you and loves you, and to help you have more beautiful thoughts and to bring beauty into your life. Your next card that's coming up, Pisces. Oh, it got all blurry. I was so distracted talking that I wasn't looking at the screen. Please forgive me. Ooh, another major arcana card, the Magician. I love this. Ooh, I just got chills. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, with the Magician, okay, the Magician is a card of manifesting. All right, as above, so below. So we're calling things into existence when the Magician shows up. You may even be seeing repeating angel numbers, 444, 1111, 777, 222. You may be seeing certain numbers or certain number patterns or certain like spirit animals or signs. This is the universe's way of saying, hey, look, Pisces, you're on a fast track to manifesting. Make sure your mind is focused on what you want instead of on what you don't want, because you're manifesting really fast right now. Check in with yourself. What frequency are you emitting? What are you putting out there? What is your thoughts focused on right now? Because that's what's going to come in. Now, the reason why this gave me the chills and I was so excited to see it, the Devil is a card of illusion. And the Magician is a card which comes up when we begin to see through the illusion. We begin to see through the smoke and mirrors. Okay? And it's kind of like the Wizard of Oz when they're trying to find the great wise wizard, and they come upon the wizard and they look behind the curtain, and it's not a wizard at all. It's a person with a microphone and sound effects, and they're like, whoa, okay, so you're just a person. And this can go in a couple of different ways. Some of you have been putting a lot of your life in your decisions based on the decrees of a person or organization or society, and you're snapping out of that. And you're realizing that at the end of the day, nobody has a higher ability or a greater ability to connect with God than you do. We all have the same ability to connect with God, right? And I know sometimes I'll say, Spirit is telling me this and Spirit is telling me that, but I'm not here putting myself above anybody. We all have the ability to connect with Spirit. We all have the ability to hear the messages, right? I'm not standing here and saying I'm chosen and I'm the only one who can bring you messages. But some of you are dealing with an organization or a person who wants you to believe that they're chosen, that they're holier than everybody else, or they're more awake than everybody else, and they see the truth and you need them to tell you what it is. Red flag, red flag, red flag. A lot of you are seeing through this kind of person. On the other hand, A lot of you may have been kind of hesitant about moving forward in your life because you're looking around and you're seeing certain people and you're like, wow, that person is so special. Wow, that person is so amazing. Wow, and they might be a very special person. They might be a very amazing person. But you have them so high up on this pedestal that you're forgetting that they're human. And so something may be happening this week that Archangel Jophiel is helping you to see that. This is still a human being. They have fears and insecurities like anybody else. They have imperfections like anybody else. So you don't need to feel inferior to them. I don't feel it's like a thing where you're like, oh my gosh, this person's a hypocrite. Oh my gosh, this person's fake or this person's a liar. I don't feel it's anything disappointing like that. I feel you're just realizing that, hey, this is a human just like me. And keep in mind, you know how they say if you spot it, you got it? It's an expression for that mirror dynamic, that if there's something about a person that's aggravating you, it's because you have that same character defect, or it's triggering a wound that you need to heal, right? You're seeing something about yourself and that's why it's aggravating you. That same principle applies when we see really good things about a person. When you look at someone and you're like, oh my gosh, they're so funny. Oh my gosh, they're so kind. Oh my gosh, they're so wise. You have those same exact things inside of you. You're seeing a reflection of the parts of yourself you've been too afraid to let shine. So you are just as special as the specialness that you see. Remind yourself of that and remember that. Okay? The next card that's coming up is the Four of Cups. And this is a card when we might not be happy with what we're being offered. And so this confirms that Wizard of Oz dynamic, right? Like, you can't tell me how to live my life, or you can't tell me what to do, or whatever you're offering me to get me to continue in this situation, it's not enough. It's not going to keep me in an unhappy situation. I'm ready to move on to better things. The Four of Cups also, a lot of you have heard me say, makes me think of what Rumi wrote about when he wrote about divine discontentment. It's that moment when you're like, wait a minute, I'm a child of God. I'm a child of the universe. There's nobody that's better than me. I'm not better than anybody else, but there's nobody that's better than me. And I'm looking around and I'm seeing all these happy people. And they're living a great old life. They're happy. They have their relationship. They have a nice place that they're living in. They get to go on vacation. Where's my vacation? Where's my soulmate? Right? Where's my happy place to live? How come they have all this and I don't? You're not looking at it out of hatred or jealousy or envy, right? You're not looking at these people going, oh, I hope they lose everything. You're not in that with that nasty energy. But you realize, hey, I deserve this too. What about me? Where's mine? That's not negative. That's helping you to raise the bar, to come into a healthy sense of entitlement. And you're realizing, hey, I deserve a lot more than this. And so you're not settling for less. And you're not tolerating things that are beneath you. Because guess what? There are things that are beneath you. It's not arrogant to say that. It's like saying, oh my gosh, I can't wait until I can find a partner who's not using me for my money and doesn't cheat on me. Guess what? Somebody that's doing that to you is beneath you. They're behaving in a way that is beneath what you deserve. And that is bare minimum. That is absolutely positively bare minimum. That's nothing special. People don't deserve an award for not, using their partners or for not cheating on them. I walk my dog every single day and I mind my own business. The police aren't going to come to my house and knock on my door and say, Amethyst, we have noticed that you go for a walk every day and you never punch people in the face, you never break into cars, you never vandalize anybody's property. We're going to throw you a parade and we're going to give you a $1,000 gift card. That's never going to happen in a million years, because that's the least that I can do. That's the least that I can do, right? Of course, I'm expected not to do those things. And so sometimes it's like, oh, I can't wait to find a job or a person that isn't terrible to me. No, 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 no. Respect is the bare minimum, right? So when the Four of Cups comes up, you're raising the bar and you're manifesting more of the spice, the flavor, the seasoning, the cherry on top, right? The extras, the bells, the whistles, the perks. You're worthy of those things. It is not a pursuit of vanity. It is not superficial. It is not selfish. The nature of nature is abundance, and you deserve to be in abundance. Abundance isn't only about money. Abundance is about every good thing. Happiness, laughter, love, comfort, creativity, and money is a part of that. Okay? So you deserve these things. Be sure to check out your moon sign and rising sign if you haven't already. Some weeks your moon sign and rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. There's a link in the description that will take you to that page. There's also love readings for April, linked in the description of this video if you want to check out the love videos. And I am teaching an intuitive tarot workshop in Phoenix, Arizona, June 18th. I will be going over how to read tarot, the meaning of the cards, as well as how to read intuitively. I'll go over scrying. That is a part of how I read, building your intuition, tips and tricks from what I have noticed works or helps on YouTube, as well as some helpful information on having a tarot business or doing tarot full time. So if you're interested in that, I know it's not till June 18th, but the seating is limited. It could fill up. We'll see. So maybe you don't want to wait last minute and then have it be sold out, because I only have a limited number of spots. And again, there's a link in the description that will take you to my Calendly page for the Intuitive Tarot Workshop, and there'll be more information there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead, and don't forget to check out the card of the day on this channel as well. Take care and be well, my dears.